Okay, so we're going to demonstrate how we get Tash into bed using her sling, and she's already starting to laugh at me. So step number 1 is you want to make sure that her communication aid is fully out of the way, and that's very easy to just shift out of position. Step number 2, you want to elevate the headrest so that it's out of the way as well. There's a switch you pull to loosen it, and then you turn it clockwise to tighten it. Okay, I think they'll be able to figure that out though. Okay, so then you come back up to the front and you want to put the sling in place. Tash's sling is white with red trim, so you want to make sure you have the right sling for her because she's tiny and we want her to be having the sling that fits her best. You also need to undo her seatbelt, so that would be an important step 3. So the top of the sling has a loop, and you can see the legs at the bottom. So you want to make sure that the loop is facing out, away from Tasha's body, so you can use that to help position her when you're moving her around. So the sling slides down her back. If you ask Tash, she will lean forward, and you can slide the sling in place. And you want her head to be cupped by the top of the sling, and you want to work the rest of the sling all the way down as low as you can get that on her. And it might take some repositioning to just make sure you've got her bum, sorry to use the word bum, but that you got the bum caught in the loop. Then the leg straps go underneath her legs. You can see you can just carefully work the material around, and then you give it a really good tug to make sure that it's pulling right through and under her bottom. And you repeat the same step on the other side. You can see I got it caught on her toe, so you need to make sure you're not doing that. Sliding. And you do want these legs to be looped quite up close to her groin area, for lack of a better word. And again, just working the material around, making sure it's catching and that you're getting a good pull. Excellent. Then you take the 2 leg straps and you want to cross them through. Doesn't really matter, fairly low down, but you just make sure that they cross. Okay? And you just again want to check that she's nicely centered through the middle of the sling. In this case, I want to get a little more fabric under her here because we're not quite catching her bum. There we go. Better. Okay, sling in place. You want to get the lift. I don't think I need to tell them how to use the lift, but the down and up buttons. About this level, eye level to Tash, is where you want the lift to be. You also want to keep in mind that you don't want Tash to bonk her head, so keep some space or a protective arm on the lift when you're getting the straps in place. Starting from the top, there are 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. The top strap, you're using the middle, and you're putting it in place on both sides. Second loop, in place. The middle strap, there's 2 white loops and a black loop. You're using the black loop. So you want the black loop to go on to the left. Black. Excellent. Oh, my mic. Excellent. Yeah. Thought I'm concentrating on you. I didn't think I had you trapped, but I've got myself attached to you, Tash. Then on the bottom, we're going with the white loop, which again is the longest, and this will keep Tash in more of a seated position, which is what we want when she's coming in and out of the chair. We will mark the sling loops so that you'll be able to see which ones with a piece of tape or something else that makes it fairly obvious in what to pick. So, key things to remember when you start to elevate the lift. Always double check the seatbelts off, because that can be very challenging. With Tash, you want to make sure that both her arms are in close to her body. We don't want the sling coming up under her armpit. And when you start to elevate, just keep her over the chair, because sometimes you have to readjust the sling. So before you move her into space, just watch that it's not getting caught anywhere. Watch that she's nicely supported. Make sure she's not bottoming out too much through her bottom. Yeah, perfect. And once you have clearance of the chair, you don't need to go very high. You can then use these straps if you want to handle. You need to go a little bit higher because your bed is high. Make sure her feet have clearance over the bed. Stylish boots. I'm going to take this down so I'm not reaching. And then redirect her on the bed into the position that you want her. I'm going a little higher just because her heels are catching. And as you bring her down, I'm going to transfer this to my other hand. You okay there, Tash? Excellent. So as you bring her down, just guide her into place wherever you feel your hands are a good fit. I want to bring her back further on the bed, so I'm giving her a little pressure. And I want her propped up like a queen there. And then make sure you stop before you're going to get her again in her face. And she's in place.